Hey guys, Deej here. We have a phone number and an email address now, so you can call 814-299-5155. That's 814-299-5155. You can call that number and leave us a voicemail anytime you want. I have no idea if there's a limit to how long you can talk, but give it a shot. We'll play it on the show. As long as it sounds crystal clear, we'll play it on the show. You can also email us at ineffably-sublimepod@gmail.com. That's ineffably-sublimepod@gmail.com. If you don't feel like talking, but you still want to say something, send it there. That's fine. We'll read it on the show. Anyway, thanks. Enjoy. Hey there, sports fans and concert junkies. Have you ever wanted to snag tickets for your favorite events without breaking the bank?
Well, now you can with SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the go-to app for buying tickets to live events, whether it's sports, concerts, theater, or more.
And guess what, folks? We've got an exclusive offer just for our listeners. You can use our special promo code ISPodcast to get $20 off your first purchase.
That's right, Bubs. With SeatGeek, you'll find the best deals on tickets from all over the web, all in one place.
And here's the best part. SeatGeek's got a color-coded system that makes it super easy to find the perfect deal. From dark green to red, you'll know exactly what kind of deal you're getting. And I believe that it is like dark green is the best deal for that seat, and red is like not so great for that particular seat.
So whether you're looking for front row seats to see your favorite band or courtside tickets to catch the big game or wrestling, SeatGeek has you covered.
Don't wait any longer. Download the SeatGeek app today and use our promo code ISPodcast, all one word, all capitalized, ISPodcast, to get $20 off your first purchase.
That's ISPodcast, ISPODCAST, for $20 off. Don't miss out on unforgettable live experiences. SeatGeek, tickets made simple.
I've used SeatGeek. It's great. It is
it great?
Exactly what it says it is, yes.
Okay, I downloaded something with SeatGeek because when you said about this, I thought, all right, I'm gonna get on this and see what the hubbub's about.
Yeah, I used
really
it twice.
Again, you use it twice?
I've used it twice for Penn's tickets, and it was great both times. So this is definitely worth it. I mean, it's $20 off your first purchase. You totally can't beat that.
Well, yeah. I mean, if we're still talking to doing SummerSlam, I'd say SeatGeek's gonna be our go-to.
Guess what, Mitch? You can use our promo code ISPodcast.
I can't wait.
$20 off.
Yeah, fucking A, man.
That's right. Damn straight.
Everybody gather around, we're diving into life's absurdities. Breaking them down, Mitch and DJ on the mic. Spitting truth for free. Spuds McCampbell and the Woodpeckers set us free. We got that pop-punk sound with a twist of joy. The Ineffable Podcast that we can't destroy. With every episode we dissect the bizarre. Laugh until we cry, leaving scars. Get ready to groove, join the absurdity crew. Mitch and DJ have something funny new. Spuds McCampbell joins us, always ready to ramble. And the Woodpecker spirit keeps us rocking and agile.
What's going on, Sublime Squad? And welcome into another robust edition of Ineffably Sublime.
Darn right. Hey, the weather's nice. It's, beautiful weather now. Beautiful-ish. So let's make it robust.
That's right. and listen, guys, I know that we said that we were going to end the short episodes, and I apologize. This episode is probably going to be short due to things that are out of my control. My son is in school now, and I have to pick him up, and this is just when we have time to do it. So you're all going to have to deal with it for a little while.
You're a son of a bitch.
I'm sorry.
Nah,
eventually
right.
He won't be in school for the summer, and we'll be able to go back to our regularly scheduled programs. But for now, it's just going to be what it is. Likely, this will be a two-parter. And what are we talking about today, Spuds?
We are talking about summer blockbusters. Good old flicks.
That's cool. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'd be a nice change from Georgia asphalt.
That's just disgusting. Just so gross. But yeah, this popped up in my head about 4:30 this morning, 4:45. I was sitting there watching TV, and I thought, it's May. I'm like, man, I used to remember, this would be the time that I would start getting excited about, upcoming movies that were coming to the theaters, and I don't feel that way anymore. Maybe just because I don't go to the movies, and there's really not too many, movie theater worthy movies that I want to see, that I just don't feel like, I can wait till 2 months till it's on Prime or wherever.
It is shockingly fast now, and I literally just said, I don't even think it was 2 weeks ago, I said to my wife, I can't wait until Ghostbusters 4 comes out. I said it's one of the only movies I wanted to see in theaters this year. And I said, but before we know it, it's going to be out. And literally, I think it was like 2 days later, it was online.
Yeah.
Ready to buy. And I'm like, dude, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. And, a lot of because I think you might be a little too young for this, but the days of, the 80s, us 80s kids, if you didn't see it in the movies, you were waiting, I'd say 6 months.
I'm not too young for that. I know.
You remember that? Okay.
I can remember seeing Lion King in theaters. And how dare you age me, by the way?
No, it's a good thing. I'm just saying that you're, because you're a young cat. Well,
speaking of young cats, I was seeing Lion King in theaters, and I can remember walking around the electronic section of Walmart. I was 5. You know what I mean? I remember this. I was walking around the electronic section of Walmart being like, man, when does Lion King come out? My mom's like, oh, it's going to be a long time. And I remember it was like 7 months.
Yeah.
Before I ever saw it on the shelf.
It feels like it was always what we're going to talk about, your summer blockbusters would be in the movie theaters in the summer, and you would have to wait. Your Christmas present was usually the VCR tape of said movie.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Talk about I'll do a little tease of, my first true remembrance of a summer blockbuster. And that movie, which we'll talk about, I remember being so pumped to see it in the movies. And then I was like, well, I don't know when we're going to see it. I'm going to be able to watch it at home. And I literally remember for Christmas, it had literally just came out, and I got it for my Christmas present. And that was in 1989.
Back when I did Nerdtalkalypse, I saw pretty much every superhero movie or pop culture significant movie that came out for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was really good at gauging when it was going to come out. And the most significant one that I can remember was Ant-Man. Ant-Man came out, I believe it was April. And back then, it was still not quite... This is pre-pandemic we're talking here, so they didn't quite have a hold on, releasing stuff pretty quickly. It was still coming out quicker than it used to, but it still wasn't that long. And I remember someone texting me being like, hey, when is Ant-Man coming out on Blu-ray? And I was like, it came out in April. I said, we're not going to see it until probably Christmas. And they said, why do you think that? And I said, that's just what they do. If it comes out pre-summer, it's a Christmas DVD release.
Yep.
Now anymore, that doesn't usually happen. Unless it's a holiday-specific movie.
Mm-hmm.
Very rarely are we going to see that happen. I think now it is 45 days from the end of the theatrical run to digital release.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. It's a month and a half.
Yeah. I almost don't like it because it, like you said, it does that whole why spend, $60 easily for 2 or 3 people to go to the movies, I would think.
Right. And well, and not only that, but it doesn't. Here's the difference. Back then, they used to use film.
Mm-hmm.
They were using film up until like, let's call it 10 years ago, maybe probably more. I'm older than I think I am, but probably within the last, let's call it 30 years, they've switched to digital.
Yeah.
And they just send that shit to the movie theaters. Like it's just a file. Like there's no film anymore. I'm sure there is, but there isn't, like, at the same time. And that's why things take so long, or it used to take so long, because they had to convert it from film to digital to tape to DVD, whatever. And that's why they took so long. Nowadays, it doesn't matter. They could release it tomorrow, the day after the theater, if they want to. That's why some things still come out, at the same time. Like, what was that movie that wasn't it Dune?
Yeah.
It was a simulcast?
I think it was, yes. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure you're right. I think it was Dune.
Yeah, it was like HBO Max and theaters same day.
Yeah.
Which means that it's ready. It's already ready. These movies are ready. They just prolong the release for whatever. Whoever the fuck is out there still buying Blu-ray. I feel like you would. And I mean that in like the most respectful way possible. And
I don't take that as an insult or anything at all, because I feel like I would too.
I'm just not a physical media type of guy anymore.
Yeah, and see, that's all I feel like there is out there. I know I can just click a few things on my remote. There you go, it's on. But there's just something about having that case and having that CD or DVD, I guess you could call it, whatever, that physical copy.
I literally have a book. Remember those old fucking CD cases that you could get? The big giant ones.
I lived on those things.
Right?
Man,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like a big ass fucking trapper keeper of just
discs.
The
thing was awesome.
I have an awesome leather bound disc keeper, if you want to call it. It's filled to the brim with DVDs.
Nice.
If I had to wager, I would guess it's been 10 years since I've even unzipped it.
You probably have some good ones in there.
I'm sure, but like,
why? Why even? Yeah, I get it.
I don't miss the DVD menu. I don't give a shit.
I kind of do.
I don't.
Yeah.
There's nothing about it that I like. So
I mean, it really is basically like the same song plays for like 2 minutes, and then it just starts back over.
Yeah, I don't. The only thing I do miss is Select a Scene.
Select a Scene was nice.
Yeah, that was always very, very nice. But otherwise, like, I can't. And I have a buddy. His name is Josh. He's a total whore for the $5 bin at Walmart. It's never ending. Like, he's always buying DVDs. I'm like, why? What the fuck are you doing? And he'll give them to me, be like, hey man, I bought this DVD. Will you put the digital code on Vudu so I can watch it? I'm like, really? Like, that's why you bought the DVD? Yeah. So you have the digital code?
Yeah. Well, we go back to Last Starfighter. I'm sure if I looked hard enough, you found it, but you ended up waiting for a while.
Well, that's because I wanted to pay less.
Yeah, that's right.
It was expensive as fuck to buy just digital. That's another thing that pisses me off, is that they're usually like $20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When I could just go to Walmart and buy the DVD for $5.
There's something about the physical copy. I'm not gonna lie, I gotta go to Walmart a little bit later today. There's a part of me that wants to walk over to the DVD section and just buy a couple of those, a couple movies that might be sitting in there. That might be a little difficult to find on Prime, or might not be on Netflix, or it might be. I just don't care. I want to touch it. I want to touch. I mean,
there are things that I'm like, I want the series. Like, I want Cobra Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm afraid that someday it's going to be gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or if the world ends, you know what I mean? And I have just enough power to power a DVD player and TV.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can watch Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Or The Office. I've always wanted the complete series of The Office on disc.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. Like, I don't care for the rest. And I used to do it, man. I used to buy everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't want to.
Like, yeah, when you said about The Office, there's some TV shows that I would love to get the complete series of that I'm sure you really can't watch. Okay, well, you'd say Cheers. I know Cheers at one point was on Netflix, but I don't even think it's on there anymore.
It might not be.
And it might be somewhere else. I know if Brett is listening, he might know, because I believe I think he liked Cheers. I mean, we're all children of that. I think any child of the 80s had some sort of, I shouldn't say love of Cheers, but at least appreciated it and have some episodes that they like. I can't think of too many movies that I think are hard. There are some movies that are really hard to find. There was one, what the hell was it? It was from the early 90s I really wanted to watch, and I could not find it anywhere. It was something. It'll come to me maybe.
Speaking of the 80s,
just,
before I forget, I wanted to bring this up to you. I forgot to tell you at work, so I'm glad I remember now. Did you ever watch The Cosby Show?
Hell yeah, I watched it.
Guess who showed up in... So this is fucking crazy, because 2 movies... Remember when I told you I watched that movie, The Beekeeper, with Jason Statham, and fucking Felicia Rashad was in it?
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit! Guess who else from The Cosby Show randomly showed up in a piece of media that I watch?
Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yes!
Oh, really?
Yeah!
Where's he at? What was he doing?
He just showed up in the newest episode of 911.
Really?
Yeah, and not only did he just show up, he didn't just show up as a cameo. Dude showed up, he's like gonna be in the show for a while.
Nice.
At least the whole episode. I don't know. He was in one episode, but I think that they're gonna bring, he's probably gonna be in at least like the final arc of this season.
Well, good for Theo. Good
I was like,
Theo.
bro, what the fuck? Like, I've not seen that dude do anything in 10 years.
There was a show. Why do I think in the 90s he was in a show with Tiffany Amber Thiessen from Saved by the Bell?
He might have been.
There was a short-lived series, might have just been a couple seasons. I know he was in a show because he had really long dreadlocks. And I can't remember if he was a cop, if he was a detective, or what he was. Well, I don't know. Well, yeah, I can maybe IMBBD him real quick. But I'm pretty sure he was but it's always one of those, like, he's tried in a couple different series, I feel, but just never really got to go past the whole...
You said it was in the 90s?
I think. I don't know. Let's see.
I'm trying to look. I guess he was in Key and Peele for a couple episodes.
He's did quite a few things in 2017.
Oh, he was in Dexter? What? I didn't know that.
I never watched Dexter.
You would like it.
I feel like I would. We actually had one of Autumn's friends gave us the DVD of the whole series, but we never ended up watching it. Let's see, what the hell would that show have been? Malcolm and Eddie? Oh, I forgot about Malcolm and Eddie. Sliders? No. No. I don't think it was Sliders. That's Jerry O'Connell. And it might not have been Tiffany Amber Thiessen. She might have been in something else that I'm thinking. Oh, this drives me nuts. I wish I would have remembered. Nah, it definitely wasn't the 90s, because I'm all the way back to The Cosby Show. Oh my god, he was... The producer of the Magic School Bus? Nice.
That's funny.
I must have
Tiffany
been thinking about...
Tiffany Thiessen is she's in fucking White Collar. You ever watch White Collar?
Never watched White Collar.
Dude,
Good.
good fucking, like, it is in my top 5 of the best series finales I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
I am very, very particular about series finales because that's a band is only as good as their last album, you know?
Yeah.
And when you put out a piece of shit ending, that ruins the show.
I can totally agree with that.
Yeah, so when I watched the series finale of White Collar, I had tears in my eyes. I was like, this is the greatest show of all time. Like,
Oh shit.
it's not, I wouldn't call it the greatest show of all time, but for it being like just like a random cop show on USA, it's fucking awesome.
Was that about lawyers?
No, that's
I didn't
Suits.
think so. That's Suits. Okay.
Now,
What the-
White Collar is about, it's kind of the exact same concept as Catch Me If You Can,
Oh, okay.
but like prolonged on a year's span of time. But like you take a great criminal who's like an art thief and can forge stuff, and he's literally like top tier fucking dude, like can do anything, and you catch him by the FBI and you say, hey, you're gonna catch other criminals for us because that's what you do, or you're gonna go to jail for the other.
Oh, okay.
And then you follow that story for a while, and it is absolutely fucking insane. Like,
I think.
and it ran for a good while.
Oh,
I have the entire series on my Vudu account. If you still have it, you're welcome to watch it.
I do. I was just rooting through your Voodoo not too long ago to watch something, and I was gonna watch something.
If you go into the TV section,
Yeah.
instead of movies, go into My TV, White Collar. All 6 seasons are there.
Oh, okay.
I bought the whole thing. It was like $70.
Not bad.
No, definitely something I just wanted to have on hand. It's probably available somewhere else, but great series.
I'll have to bone up on that.
Like I said, Tiffany Thiessen is in there. She plays the wife, and the husband of her. He's from Seinfeld. Oh, I think he was one. I want to say he was one of Elaine's boyfriends.
Okay. Yeah, he was Bizarro Jerry. He was in that. He was only in like 2 episodes.
Yes.
If this is who I'm thinking of, yes, it was. Was his name Kevin?
Tim
I think
Decay.
Yeah, it was Kevin, and then he had friend. Oh my God, George. George's Bizarro was Gene, and then Feldman was Kramer, and he'd always knock on the door, like, "Who is it?" Like, "It's Feldman from across the hall," and then they'd open the door, and it was him. Yeah, Bizarro Jerry.
Yeah, I guess he's had cameos on Scrubs, and
Yeah, he's one of those that just kind of pops up. But once you just said that, I do remember, because there's because isn't the other main character? He was in the Magic Mike movies, wasn't he? He was one of the strippers.
oh yeah,
Yeah, Matt Bomber.
Matt Bomber, yeah.
Yeah. Handsome
He's
fella.
great. Yeah, it's a good show, but
Yeah.
anyway,
I guess, yeah, Malcolm Jamal Warner, it must have just been Malcolm and Eddie is the only thing that I saw that he did have long hair. I thought he was a cop in something, but the more I keep looking, it definitely wasn't him. So I don't know what I was thinking. But good for Malcolm. I'm good. I'm happy.
yeah, it was just so random. I was like,
That is
whoa,
very
Cosby
random.
Show making a comeback this year.
Yeah. Yeah, and who's gonna pop up next? Lisa Bonet or the middle girl. What the hell was her name? Vanessa? I couldn't stand her.
Oh yeah, I haven't
Is
seen
it
her in
Vanessa?
anything.
No. She drove me nuts. Usually always the middle child of every sitcom drove me nuts. I mean, she was somewhat in the middle. But like Full House, Stephanie, hated her. Absolutely hated her with a passion. Now, she's not bad. She's pretty easy on the eyes. Hated her as a kid, though. Fuck that kid. Oh,
so it looks like Tempest Bledsoe. That's who you don't like.
That is who I don't like. Yeah.
He showed up in an episode of a TV show called Instant Mom on Nickelodeon as Vanessa Huxtable.
Really?
Yeah, in 2014. What the
Huh.
fuck, bro?
Damn. I feel like I was pretty knee deep in Nickelodeon and during that year. I don't remember a show called Instant Mom.
I don't either.
'Cause Izzy would have been 5. So we were probably always on Nickelodeon. Huh. Yeah, I don't
Keisha
remember that.
Poliam is on House of Pain. She did 204 episodes of House of Pain.
Ooh, she's looking better as she got older too.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Wait. That's not Rudy. Was that Rudy? Yeah.
Yeah, Rudy.
Yeah, Rudy. Yeah, she got better looking.
Sabrina
Her-
LaBeouf. Is she related to Shia?
I can't imagine. 'Cause she was, I mean, maybe. Because that was the oldest. That was the oldest kid, wasn't it?
Yeah.
think.
She hasn't acted since 2009.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great show. I loved Cosby Show.
Let's see, Lisa Bonet. She lasted something in 2017.
Okay. Well, you know who her daughter is. I know you know who her daughter is.
I'm sure, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Zoe Kravitz from
Oh yeah,
the Batman movie
I know
and
that.
and other things. I couldn't stand Lisa Bonet's character either. She was
I
a
didn't
little
mind her.
too hip for me. I was more of a Theo and a Rudy. Those were my two. And then I loved when Rudy's friends always came over. That always cracked me up. That was a good show.
Yeah. All right.
I never understood. It drove me nuts that Cliff Huxtable's parents basically looked like they were like his age. It made no sense. Because it's like there's Cosby looking like he's in his 50s, and then here comes his dad, and it's like, okay, well, that just looks like an older brother. Like, it just made no sense at all.
Well, let's see how right you are.
Well, here's another fun fact of age where things don't make sense. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Sean Connery played Harrison Ford's dad, Indiana Jones's dad. In real life, there was only a 12-year age difference between the two.
Oh well, you're pretty spot on. Bill Cosby was born in 1937, and his father in the Cosby Show was born in 1926. So 11 years.
11 years old. Okay, 11-year-old father.
And his mother in the Cosby Show was born in 1917.
Oh wow. So that one's a little more.
So there was 20 years difference between them.
Yeah. Yeah, so that one's a little more believable than the father. Stupid.
Crazy.
But I mean, when you're at that age, it's like, I don't care.
I swear to God, if I see Lisa Bonet in something in the near future, I'm going to be like, what the fuck, Mitch?
What would really crack me up is if you see Bill Cosby in anything. That would be crazy if he popped up on something. That piece of shit.
All right. The chances of that happening are slim.
Oh, very slim. Very slim.
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and read this, the very first article there. All right, this says, summer used to be slow for movie theater. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I need to start at the beginning. Okay, this is 5 epic facts about summer blockbusters, okay?
Yeah.
There are a few different ways to tell that summer has nearly arrived. A look at the calendar, a glimpse of the thermometer, and the influx of movie trailers that show up on television. Nowadays, it's a little bit different. This article is
it's
from
a couple
this
years
year,
old.
I think. Is it a couple years
no.
old?
Oh no, this is okay. I'm sorry. One of the other ones is a couple years old. This
Okay.
one's just from April. I'm sorry.
Gotcha. So between May and September, an overabundance of films call to us, offering a 2-hour escape from the heat and an adventure only available on the silver screen. Granted, streaming services doing the simulcast. Catching the biggest films of the summer is practically an American tradition, but it wasn't always that way. So here are 5 things you may not know about the summer blockbuster.
Do we really want to know what the word blockbuster once had a different meaning? I mean, it basically meant, I'll just briefly go through it. So early in the 1940s, the term blockbuster, it actually emerged in 1942 in the midst of World War II, used to describe exceptionally destructive bombs. As the word implies, blockbusters were powerful enough to destroy entire city blocks, and within a year, writers began using the descriptive word as a way to describe explosive, shocking, or otherwise massive news events. However, the use of blockbuster would soon change. Some historians believe that the word temporarily fell out of popularity and was considered insensitive following the atomic bombs that were hit in Japan. By the 1950s, the word blockbuster emerged, entering common vernacular, thanks to Hollywood film producer Max E. Youngstein, maybe, to describe films that generated huge returns at the box office. The word became so synonymous with movies that over the next few decades, by 1985, the name of the largest movie rental chain in the U.S., was at the time, which means Blockbuster Video. So it went from being, I guess it was originally just described as what a bomb was, an actual bomb, not a movie bomb. And then good old Max brought it back to life to talk about movies.
Right. Huh.
Yeah.
To see, prior to the 1970s, movie theaters experienced seasonal slowdowns, and Americans prefer to spend their summer days outdoors. So knowing this, Hollywood studios of the 50s and 60s served their biggest releases for the quarter of that year. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
They pushed films into October, November, and December with the global capturing ticket sales, yada yada yada, holiday shoppers, all that good shit. So
Yeah.
this is interesting though. Go ahead and read the Jaws thing if you want to. I like that.
Yeah. So we can thank one fella who made a movie called Jaws is the reason for the inception, we could call it. Do we want to call it inception? Conception? Inception, something, contraception. It's good old Steven Spielberg. Was a fledgling film director when he released Jaws in 1975. But the movie, which was his second full-length feature, would go on to change how Hollywood operated. As the first ever film to earn $100 million at the box office, Jaws greatly encouraged the idea that summer was the perfect time to catch a film in theaters. In the lead up to the movie's release, and it was pushed to June of 1975 due to production delays, which I'm going to just stop right there for a quick second. There's a really cool documentary on A&E talking about this whole thing with the production of Jaws. It is wild how far behind they were, how much extra money they had to spend. It was ridiculous that this movie even made it to the theaters.
That's nuts.
I mean, and apparently Richard Dreyfuss was banging every woman in Martha's Vineyard too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Good old Hooper was spreading his seed all over the coast because he had just gained his popularity from a movie that he had done just before. So he was becoming a household name as this movie was being filmed, which the guy that played Quint did not like one bit, and him and Dreyfuss got into it a couple times apparently because oh my god, what the hell's Quint's real name? That's a guy. I can't believe I'm gonna forget his name. Robert something. Shit. Well, they would he would pick on him a little bit, and then he got a little serious at times apparently.
That's pretty funny.
That is funny. So the production delays. So Universal Studios ended up spending $2 million on television trailers to generate excitement as unusual tactic at the time, and it paid off big. Sure did. Fucking love Jaws. Moviegoers literally lined up around the block to see Spielberg's tale about a human-hungry great white shark, which made more than $7 million in the film's opening weekend. That sounds pathetic, but in 75.
You ready?
Yeah.
It's a shark. All right. You think it's going to go? Got a deep throat crack. Yeah, well, but what kind? What kind of shark? Tiger shark. A what?
What?
Oh, what?
I love that guy. Oh, my God, he's a tiger shark. Oh, what?
That's just the best.
And then I love how, like, literally 2 minutes later, that guy's gonna kick frickin' Hooper's ass. Because he's just like, I don't want to get beaten up about this.
So funny. Oh, what?
Oh, what?
Oh, man. Did you ever hear Pete Davidson talk about that shit?
I don't think.
Oh, my God, dude.
Is it part of a stand-up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, so Jaws made $7 million, a whole whopping $7 million opening weekend. But Jaws didn't just make money; it also gave studios the green light to heavily fund and advertise their projects, which paved the way for oh my God, I'm running my words together. Paved the way for future summer blockbusters such as little known movie as Star Wars, Grease, which blows, and Raiders of the Lost Ark. So it was because of Steven Spielberg brought the life of summer blockbusters.
That's right. And then Star Wars would later shift into fucking wintertime.
Ugh, that's so stupid.
But
I don't. Because it just, for me, I mean, I was too young for, because they always made it so that with the original trilogy, every movie came out Memorial Day weekend. That's what they did. I think they even did it with the prequels. Memorial Day weekend is Star Wars weekend. So my buddy Joe, he hates May the 4th. He says May the 4th is not the Star Wars holiday. The Star Wars holiday should be Memorial Day weekend because that's the time of the year that it always came out.
Gotcha.
And in a way, I agree with them, but I mean, come on, May the 4th. It just sounds like somebody saying May the 4th, but just with a lisp, which is fine. I get it. You gotta do something, you know.
It is funny though that why it makes me so mad that like The Acolyte didn't come out on May the 4th, but it's coming out on June the 4th. Like,
yeah, and it feels like since Disney Plus has become a thing, there was always something that came out on May the 4th. I think it was, maybe not last year. Shit. See, now I just said that. Now I'm not sure. I remember the last episode of the Clone Wars cartoon came out on May the 4th, which, if you're a Star Wars fan and you're a fan of like the original or the prequel trilogy, like right around Revenge of the Sith time, you gotta watch those last 4 episodes. Clone Wars, it's a lot of seasons. There's a lot of cringy, kid parts to it, which is fine, but it's kind of long. But if you do anything, just watch just go to the last season, the last 4 episodes. It ties right in with Revenge of the Sith. Like, it literally talks about Obi-Wan comes up on the screen and he talks about, well, Anakin just killed Count Dooku, and it's like the little nerd part of me is just like, oh, like this is part of the movie, and then there's a couple other things that they do.
And what's this in? I'm sorry.
Who? What?
What did you say this is in?
Clone Wars.
Oh!
Yeah, the Clone Wars
show.
TV. Yeah, the animated. Yeah, not the movie. I'm sorry. It's the Clone Wars animated show.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, if you don't watch any of it, that's fine. There are some really good episodes, like some Darth Maul episodes and some Palpatine episodes, shit like that. You get to learn how the Jedi learn how to live forever, like to become the Force Ghost. There's a couple episodes about that. But yeah, like I said, last season, even if you want to do the first 4 episodes, you can do those, but it's not like super important. You have to watch the last 4.
Right.
It is, and there's a lightsaber duel between Ahsoka and Darth Maul, which at this point he's just called Maul. But whoa, is it good? So good. But and I've gone down another rabbit hole because of fucking Star Wars. But yeah, I'm going back to Acolyte. Yeah, shit needs to be released on May the 4th. I don't know why it's not. I
agree.
Yeah. Doing the movies in December, I'm warming up to it, but I'm not thrilled about it. Because you got to stand in line, and you're going to stand outside. Because of course, my dumbass will stand in line. I did it for all the other, I didn't really have to stand in line, though, for Rise of Skywalker, because we went the Thursday night. We stood outside for a little bit, but...
I don't think I've ever stood in line for a movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I did for Infinity War and Endgame when we went to Clearfield here. We had to stand in line.
And the theater was packed, but I never stood in line.
Oh. So me, I say stupid things. And when we were in line for Infinity War, I had a Captain... No, I'm sorry. No, it was Captain America. I had a Captain America shirt. It was just the shield. That's all it had. And some teenage kid looks at me and he's like, "Hey, we got the same shirt." And I was like, "Yeah, one of us has got to take it off."
What?
Don't know. I have no fucking clue why I said that one of us needed to take our shirt off. Because it was the same shirt. It was so stupid. And it's one of those things that I said that has stuck with me, that I still wonder to this day. I'm like, I wonder if that kid remembers about that dumbass saying that one of us had to take our shirts off. I have no idea why I said it. It's like that when I talked to the lady at Dairy Queen and I said that my wife tells me I never dig deep enough. What the fuck does that even mean? Like, what? That has nothing to do with... Autumn's never told me that. I say things and it just does not make sense. But I still remember that to this day, because that dude's just like, "Hey, we got the same shirt." I'm like, "Yeah, one of us is going to have to take it off." Mm-hmm. I just kept walking. And even because I was with my brother-in-law and he's like, "What was that?" I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I think we need to just leave and go to the Du Bois Theater. Oh, like,
suck, Knobs. I fucking love it, man.
Yeah, he called the kid Knobs. Yeah, I'm such a freaking moron sometimes in social
Next time I see you loading cups, I'm gonna be like, "What's going on, cups?"
Yeah. Well, I called you Chubbs. I have no idea why I called you Chubbs the other day.
Chubbs.
Sup, Chubbs. Knobs. Yeah, call me Cups. You call me Cups. I'll call you Foils. Like, there goes Cups and Foils going to line 5.
Have you ever seen you know who Ross Creations is? He has like a bunch of TikToks.
Ooh, I feel like I know who that is.
Probably do, but he has a series of videos where he just goes up to people that are working and just tells them to do what they're already doing. Like if there's a guy just like let's say he's jackhammering the sidewalk, he'd be like, just walk up and be like, "Yeah, just jackhammer that sidewalk there," and just the guy's like, "Fucking all right, like I'm already doing that." Like it's fucking amazing. He has a whole series. I'll have to send you one, man. It fucking cracks me up.
I feel like I've seen something like this.
Or he often will call a repair guy. There's a video where he calls a repair guy to his fucking house to fix his computer, and he just his computer is just filled with baked beans.
What?
And he acts like he's no fucking clue, no idea how they got there. And the guy's just like, what the fuck? Like,
Oh my God.
hilarious.
Ross Productions.
Ross Creations.
Oh, Ross Creates. Jesus Christ. See, this is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. You literally just said this 30 seconds ago, and I already forgot the name.
That's okay. It happens. Not even 5 minutes ago, you said Clone Wars, and I said, what are you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
no idea.
Yeah. Well, I think that just means one of us has got to take our shirts off.
I guess that's what that means. My shirt, what do you mean? Gotta take it off. Mine's already off.
Ooh.
All right, let's see. Last fact here. Hold on, I lost it. I'm doing two.
Actually, there's 2 more facts.
Oh, there is?
Yeah. Which the fifth one, the fifth one I don't agree with whatsoever. I mean,
Okay,
it might be right, but
let's see. Most summer blockbusters are action films. After Jaws and Star Wars successes of the 1970s, Hollywood was quick to lock in its blockbuster formula, often releasing its most enterprising big-budget films between May and September. By the 1980s, studios realized that fast-paced action and adventure films drew the largest audiences. Duh. With moviegoers often returning to see the same film again and again. Comic book characters began their blockbuster debuts in 1990, and they were dominating screens for decades, ahead of the glut of never-ending sequels and universe expansions. And it is no surprise that action films have reigned supreme with summer film fans since 1975. Accounting for 46% of all blockbuster releases. Adventure films rank a close second at 42%. While it is possible to cool off with a romantic comedy this summer, don't anticipate a wide selection. The romance genre historically accounts for just 15% of those releases over the 5 decades.
I was looking, and because we probably won't get to it this episode, it'll be next one, but I know the first it looks like it was the first non-action movie that was like the #1 film of the summer. It was a summer release. And it was, like I said, every year you go action, action, action. And then it was in 1990, it was Ghost, which I did not realize that Ghost was the summer release. But that looked like that was the first non-action movie that was like the #1 blockbuster. Which, I mean, I was 12 at the time when Ghost came out. I don't remember going to the theaters to seeing it. It was one of those, I believe we watched it at home. And I'm a sucker for Patrick Swayze. And that was a damn good movie. If you haven't watched Ghost, you definitely need to. It's great. A little bit of action in it. A little bit of adventure. A little bit of everything. Got some comedy in it. You got Whoopi, yucking it up there a little bit. You can never go wrong with Demi Moore, or Demi Moore, however you want to say her first name.
Better watch yourself and make it slapped by Chris Rock if you bring her up. Or slapped by Will Smith, sorry.
Yeah, well, here's the thing about Will Smith. I just saw today. No, not today. Yesterday. They're doing another Bad Boys movie.
Yeah,
I can't look at Will Smith the same.
I've never seen a Bad Boys movie anyway, so.
Oh. The first one's good. The second one, I don't really remember.
I could really give 2 shits that he slapped Chris Rock, to be honest with you. I think it was staged.
I don't.
I do. Have you not seen the other thing that came out that was like before that even happened?
Oh yeah.
It was almost the same fucking thing.
Yeah, I still don't think it was staged. I just think he's a weird motherfucker that just, I don't know. It just seemed really, really weird. I mean,
why would they? It is literally shot for shot.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I could be swayed to be told it was staged, it just was stupid. He's an idiot. You know, and then the more you read about him and his quote unquote wife, you know, it's just like Will Smith is a bitch. It just feels like I used to love Will Smith. I mean, like I said, we'll hit this up, I'm sure, you know, we're going to have to later, but he was like the king of 90s blockbuster movies. For years, he was, I mean, you had Independence Day, you had Men in Black, you had I think Bad Boys came out in the summer, but like you knew if you saw Will Smith, he was going to pop up, you know, it was going to be a summer blockbuster. Yeah, I don't know. He just I don't know, comes off as a, I mean, all Hollywood actors and actresses are weird, but I don't know. It's just one of those things, I guess, when it comes to him.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think it was. It's one of those, I don't think it was staged, but I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, you're right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It
It's just
doesn't
weird. It really doesn't. All I know is I have zero desire to watch any of those Bad Boys movies, even though the first one was good. I did like the first one. But yeah, like I said, you know, you go to 1990 with the movie Ghost. That was a good flick. I'd say, like I said, that felt like, I have to really look to see if that really truly was, but it looked like, according to IMDb, Ghost was the first non-action movie, or first, I guess I shouldn't even say non-action. It was the first like romantic movie that was considered the hit of the summer.
Right.
Yeah. So here's the fifth, and I don't think is accurate. It says Jurassic Park. Well, I guess it does say maybe the most successful blockbuster series. Summer flicks bring in the big bucks for film studios. Take, for example, 2022's Top Gun Maverick, which raked in $1.49 billion. Yeah, that movie was okay, following its May debut. However, one franchise may be the most successful of all time, Jurassic Park. Originally released in 1993, good old Steven Spielberg's sci-fi and adventure film grossed $978 million worldwide, catapulting it into record books as the highest-grossing film ever. A title until good old James Cameron's Titanic in 1997. The 5 following Jurassic Park franchise films, so they were all summer releases. 97, 01, 15, 18, and 22 have, on average, brought in $1 billion in global ticket sales. But even with new spins on dinosaur-inspired story, Spielberg's original script remains incredibly popular with new and old audiences. Jurassic Park once again hit #1 in the box office charts following a 2020 re-release, nearly 3 decades after it first wowed summertime crowds. All right, so I guess I guess they've done more Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies than I thought. So I guess I could see that, because I was still in that mindset that it should be Star Wars. But
I mean, if they're going monetarily, then yeah,
makes
sense.
Yeah. But if you've got 93, you got 93, 97, 01, 15, 18, 22. That's still 6. But Star Wars had 6. I just feel like, I guess if you do that whole adjust for inflation kind of thing, that Star Wars would be higher than Jurassic Parks. But maybe not. I don't know. I can't get into the Jurassic Park movies. I liked the first one, and I didn't really care for any of the other ones.
I stopped liking them so much whenever I found out that they're just scientifically inaccurate. I'm just like,
Yeah.
it could be.
They could have hair on them. We don't know what they sound like. We've already talked about dinosaurs.
Right.
You know? Now, that part doesn't bother me. I just didn't really... I remember I got forced to go see... I don't know. I think it was the third one. And I was like, this is terrible.
I have a hard time suspending my disbelief for things.
Yeah. I can do it for the most part. Sometimes. 50-50.
depends on what it is.
Yeah.
Like, it really bothered me that, like, in Pirates of the Caribbean 4, which I believe you said you haven't seen.
Oh, yeah. I only truly ever remember seeing the first one beginning to end. That's it.
Well, the first 3 are amazing, and then the 4th one came out, and it's just like, it's all right, but I'm sorry, not the 4th one. The 5th one is what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Dead Men Tell No Tales. There's a scene in that movie where a zombie shark is afoot.
Oh.
And it has bones exposed.
Sharks don't have bones.
Correct.
Yeah, they're all cartilage.
Yeah, that bothered me really bad.
You said you were out. You saw that. You're like, that's it.
I was like, this is dumb. And I've only watched it that one time, and I watched it by myself at like 3 o'clock in the morning and was like, what the fuck?
So that did it for you. Not that, like, really that pirates really didn't talk like that or really existed like that, and regular zombies was okay, but it was the zombie shark that put you over the edge.
It had bones. Yeah, man, come on. Like,
but you can't really have a zombie shark, just a bunch of cartilage flopping around.
That's dumb. I mean, don't they have shark skeletons?
Oh hell, I don't know. Do they? Anytime I ever see anything with sharks, it's always just their teeth.
That's true.
You know,
I don't know, man. I thought it was. I was just like, whatever. It was a dumb part of the movie, and I was like, this is stupid. So I just
well, it is the 5th one too. Yeah, I have a feeling that you weren't liking it anyway, and then that just gave you that added ammunition to be like, nah, that's it. I'm out. I am
could have been
out.
Way better.
Yeah. Well, here's what I want to know, because I don't think we're going to get to really talk about like the actual movies on this show. So back to when it was talking about the action films. All right, so it said action films account for 46% of all releases, but then it says adventure films rank second. What the fuck's the difference between action and adventure? I thought action and adventure are the same thing. Like what would I mean, I know what but I just feel like
I would consider take Indiana Jones and Fast and the Furious.
Okay, so Fast and Furious is action, Indiana Jones is adventure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's got both. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I would consider Hobbs and Shaw both.
Okay. I didn't watch Hobbs. Like I said, I'm not much on the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, I thought Hobbs and Shaw was better than Fast and Furious.
Really?
I thought it was super good. I would take 20 more Hobbs and Shaw movies. They were awesome. It was such a good movie.
Damn. That's one that's got Idris Elba.
Yeah. Idris Elba.
Yeah.
The Rock and Statham.
I love Statham. Transporter. Fucking I love the Transporter.
Oh yeah.
I think that was his like first like headlining movie. I think.
Yeah, it could have been.
Fantastic. Loved him in Italian Job.
I was just gonna say the Italian Job, yep. Transporter, Crank 2.
Never watched any of the Cranks. That's the one where he's got to keep his heart rate above like so high or it'll explode, right?
Literally the most insane movies, like insane. It's so. I mean, you want to talk about suspension of disbelief, bro? Holy fuck! Like,
is this
you
the
really
one
have to set yourself out?
Yeah, this is the one that you told me. What, the second one he had to clamp? Didn't he clamp things to his nipples?
Yeah. So in the first one, he just had to keep his heart rate up. So he was just like constantly chugging Red Bulls and whatever, and just doing
night shift at Danone.
Yeah, really.
That's all you gotta do.
Chugging Red Bulls and coffees and doing cocaine and everything, everything under the sun. And then the second time he had to keep it zapped. He had to like defibrillate himself constantly. And just what he was doing was just bonkers. But yeah, there is literally, I'm pretty sure the front cover of the movie, like the DVD cover, is him nipple clamped to some jumper cables in his tongue, like just
oh my god.
And then like the final battle scene, dude, you need to look up just that scene. It is the most redonkulous, batshit crazy fucking movie scene that I've ever seen. It makes absolutely no sense. They are
Real.
literally fighting in like a I don't know what you want to call it. There's got to be a name for it, but like, you know how like on the corner, like if you're passing the mall in Du Bois, like let's say Taco Bell's on your left and you're headed toward Danone.
Yeah.
On the side, on the right side, on the corner of Schaefer and Beaver Drive, there's like that Penelec electrical thing, whatever you want to call that.
Yeah,
they're
big
fighting.
grids.
Yeah, they're fighting in one of those.
Oh my god.
And there's just electricity everywhere. And then for no reason at all, the scene completely changes to two dudes in costumes of Jason Statham and the other guy.
What?
And it is so weird. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And then it goes back to them. But there is no physical reason why that needed to happen. But it does. And it's very apparent that that's what's going on.
The hell?
I don't know, man. It is just nuts.
Weird.
It's such a strange movie. Very good though.
That's good. Yeah, like I said, that's one of those on the list that I want to see, because, like I said, with Statham, I a lot of the stuff that he does is good. We were at work there in the break room, and the Meg was on. And it's that was an from what I remembered of it. I still don't think I watched all of it. But the more I was watching it when we were on break, I was like, okay, I do remember this part. I do remember that. So I think I did watch more than I let on when we were sitting there. I think it's just one of those that I kind of just forgot that I watched it until I started seeing more of it. What the hell else was he in? There was that comedy, with Melissa McCarthy in it, where she ended up being a spy. I think it was just called Spy. He's funny as shit in that movie.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Oh, it's great. Because she just plays like, Melissa McCarthy plays like, she's just supposedly just like an analyst for like the CIA or something. Well, then it turns out she ends up doing something and she ends up becoming a spy. And then he's in it, and he just keeps doing all this stupid shit. He's kind of clumsy at times and everything. He's very, very funny in it, which you don't really see a whole lot of comedy from him. Most of the time. I feel like in that Hobbs and Shaw, he has some funny moments.
I mean, he's hilarious, just generally speaking.
Yeah. There it is. What the
at some point, man, it's so fucking weird.
All right, yeah, I've already watched like 10 seconds of this, and this is already weird.
Just wait till they like don their masks. I don't know, man. It doesn't make any sense to me.
He just stuck his ass right in that grid. Oh, now he's got lightning shooting out of his hands. Oh my god. All right, yeah, I'll watch the last minute of that later. That's already a little beyond far-fetched.
It is so wild. Crank 2, high voltage.
Jesus.
So strange. And like, I don't know. Whatever. It's a good movie. It's a good popcorn flick for sure.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with those. I mean, ones that are just like, oh my god, this is so unbelievable, but it's still just like, all right, I'm just gonna immerse myself in this absolute nonsense, and whatever happens.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not gonna look, I'm not gonna worry about shark bones.
That shit bothered me, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I pick, but I know I can guarantee you I can't think of any right off the top of my head. I figure by next show I'll have something that I know though. There's something out there.
I literally paused
watched
the movie and was like, these fuckers don't have bones.
Yeah.
And I finished it just sourpussed.
Yeah. I guarantee you there's something out there. that it'll be in a movie that's make believe anyway, and it'll be like, oh, that happened. I don't like. Okay, Last Jedi, when Leia's in the middle of space and she Mary Poppins herself into the other ship. So many people were so turned off by that. I thought it was cheesy and corny, but it didn't. I mean, I think I audibly went, huh? During that.
Did I ever show you the edit where they made her the beam?
I think you did.
Oh my God, dude.
You might send it to me again. I'm pretty sure you did.
It is hilarious. It's like the perfect thing.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, if you go to most of these action movies or any of these movies, there's always going to be something that's going to pop up that's going to be like, all right, well, anything in the Fast and Furious movies, any of that crap. It's like, all right, this is not going to happen. And maybe there's a part of me that's why I don't watch it, is just because I think it's a little too ridiculous, maybe. I don't know. I could never get into those movies. Like I said, I watched the first one, thought it was decent. And I watched part of the one where the Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, whatever her name is, she's in it, but she dies. Like she falls out of the plane or something.
Oh, yeah.
I saw parts of that. And I'm just like, nah, I just don't know if it's my thing. I wish it were. Maybe I'll just be an open mind and just watch them sometime.
Yeah. You mean you're talking about Wonder Woman?
No, I'm talking about Fast and Furious. I was talking about the movie that she was in. That she died.
I really like all of them. I never had a problem with any of the Fast and Furious movies. I think they're, like you said, just like a crazy, cheesy popcorn flick. Like the last one with Jason Momoa was fucking wild.
Oh, really?
So wild. And it's like the first one that ever ended on like a true honest to God cliffhanger. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh.
Like you're gonna have to wait 5 years before you see how it ends. Like damn.
I think I have a problem with Vin Diesel for some reason. Maybe that might be my thing. I don't know. Well, he hasn't really done anything. He hasn't done anything to piss me off. So
they have a formulaic approach to these movies. It's like a formulaic approach.
Oh. Okay.
They have like usually the villain of the movie becomes a good guy in the next one.
Oh. So Statham was a bad guy in one of them. Then he becomes a good guy like that?
Yeah, same thing with The Rock.
Okay.
And then
isn't Charlize in one?
Yeah.
Charlize Theron.
And then one of them, John Cena, plays Vin Diesel's brother. He's like a villain he's a villain in one, and then like a great dude in the next one. It's fucking awesome.
But they're really going outside the box on this stuff, aren't they?
I just think it's so funny. Like, I can't wait to see how much of a good guy Jason Momoa becomes.
Momoa's going to be, yeah. So the villains will never stay the villains. They all right. Well,
there's always a bigger, better villain that's somehow connected to Dominic Toretto's past.
Oh my God.
What the fuck? This one is so out there that they're like, my favorite part is that like when they introduce Jason Momoa as villain, it connects back to like the first movie.
Oh, okay.
Somehow. Like they're just like, he's just like 20 years ago, you fucked my day up and I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, and it's just like, bro, where have you been? Like these dudes have been everywhere. And just now you're like, finally, I've gotten enough money to fuck up Dominic Toretto. Like,
oh my God.
And it's just great. And then they're like, they somehow managed to go like take you back in time and be like, here's the scene that fucked his day up. And here's him getting his revenge. And I'm just like, dude, crazy.
Wow, that is crazy.
I'm just dealing with it, taking it in stride.
How many are they up to? Like 13?
I don't know.
Or was it the last one? It wasn't X10 or X11? I
It
don't
was
know.
fast. I don't know.
Way
man.
too many. Way too many.
Easy enough
yeah.
to find out. Jason Momoa. Let's see.
I hope they have something for Momoa in DC or somewhere. I just like him too much for him, for him not to be Aquaman anymore. I feel like they got to do something. Hopefully they do.
Fast X.
X. So so 11 will be the next one.
Yeah.
Sweet Jesus.
Which is probably in production now. Yep. Fast X Part 2.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Just make it X11.
Oh, that's.
Oh my God. I hate that when they do part 1 and part 2. Didn't they do that with one of the Potters, with one of the Harry Potters? It's like, oh, here's part 1 and then part 2.
I mean, I appreciated that, actually.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say that with Harry Potter because the books because you did educate me on that because I don't know anything about the Potters.
And actually, every movie deserves
So
to.
All right. So I guess if it's based on a book, I'm okay with it. But like that, no. Come on. For Fast and Furious, just call it 11. Don't X Part 2.
Well,
no, it's 11.
Before I get off here, we can't not talk about the greatest cinematic masterpiece movie of all time.
Okay. What do you have as that?
Spy Kids.
For fuck's sake.
I'm kidding.
Like that. Yeah, no. I've never watched it. I'm never gonna watch it.
Oh, you
your
should.
Friend,
At least the first one.
No.
It's great.
No, it isn't.
It's really not bad.
I'll take your word for it.
Antonio Banderas.
I do like Antonio. Oh, and what's
great?
Well, isn't that one chick that's in it? I think I like her though. Who's the other female? Not like the girl. What's her real name? Isn't
the mom?
Yeah. Oh, what the hell's her name? She was in. She's in a couple other movies. I think she's like crazy hot. I'm gonna type in Spy Kids. Carla Gugino.
Yeah.
She played Ingrid Cortez.
Yep, and she she's in a lot of stuff.
I love that woman. I don't know what it is about her, because she plays in. She's in Watchmen.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? Oh, that black and white movie. No, not Spy City. Sin City.
Sin City.
You ever watch that? Yeah, she's
Yeah.
in that. Yeah, she's always just does all these movies. I don't know. Something about that
You got
woman that just
Antonio Banderas, Carla Gugino, Danny Trejo, Daryl Sabera, Alexa Vega. I mean, come on, man.
Oh, there's Tony Shalhoub. I like Tony Shalhoub.
Alan Cumming is in it. Tony Shalhoub. Yeah, dude.
Cheech Marin.
Terry Hatcher.
Robert Patrick. Mike Judge. The creator of King of the Hill and Beavis and Butthead is in it. He plays Donegan and Donegon.
George Clooney is in it.
Is he?
Yeah.
No.
Worth a shot.
Yeah. Oh my God, Dick Clark is in it. What? I thought Dick
Cinematic
Clark would've-
masterpiece, bro.
Oh,
For
I'm
its
sure.
time, it was fucking dope.
What year was this that it came out? 2001. Huh.
They have this microwave. They go to this like safe house and they have this like microwave. And they have these like little packets, and like they pull out this packet and it has like it's a foil packet. It looks like a Pop-Tart pack, right? But it's got like a red and yellow square on the front. And you just stick it in this microwave and hit the button, and it turns into a #1 combo meal from McDonald's.
Well, that sounds cool.
I was like, whoa, that is the epitome of technology, bro. That is fucking dope. And at one point, they even have like a miniature lightsaber.
Oh shit!
Yeah. It's
All right,
pretty
what's
cool.
this? If I want to watch this, what's this on?
I think it's on Netflix.
Is it on the flicks? Okay. Boy, I tell you what, the girl, she's all grown up now, obviously, and she is.
Paramount Plus Peacock.
Oh, okay. I got the cock. I got the peacock.
I got the cock.
I got the cock. Yeah. What's Alexa Penavega? Hello. Yes, looks pretty good for her age.
I don't recommend any of the sequels.
Oh God, no! You're gonna be lucky if I even watch this one.
This one's good though.
It's not fucking like you say it. Well, okay, you never did say it was good. The was it the magic turkey or what was it called? The robust turkey or whatever.
Turkey Hollow.
Turkey
What's up with
hollow.
you and robust today? What's that?
I don't know. I think I heard it somewhere. I must have heard it on a show, and I just want to use robust.
You got it. All right, buddy. Listen, I gotta head. So.
Hey, yep, let's head.
All right, folks. This has been part 1 of our cinematic journey through Blockbuster and summer blockbusters. So we're gonna hit you back with another part 2 next week.
Yeah, get on our website, or on our phone, call our phone, whatever you want to say. Let us know what your summer blockbuster favorites are, like what your first memories are, and anything like that. Because we'll have to tell the stories of like what I remember, like my first summer blockbuster that I truly remember. So we want to hear everybody else's. We can compare and contrast and all that good shit.
Absolutely. And let's see, for you guys, that number is 814-299-5155. 814-299-5155. Or you can email us at ineffably-sublimepod@gmail.com, and we will read your responses and or play them on the show. Ryan Pape, if you're listening, I have not yet got around to. I might have thrown it in at the top of the show. So if you heard it, you heard it. If not, I am sorry. But I do have it ready to rock and roll. But I do need to put Ryan's voicemail in there. He did a correction for us, or not a correction, but a legality check on the brothel episode.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
excellent.
So I will put his voicemail in at the top of the show if I remember to. If I haven't, then I will get it in there. Other than that, that's going to be it. And we'll see you guys next week.